The creed of our faith states towards the end that Christ will come again in glory to judge the living and the dead, and his kingdom will have no end. Could you please elaborate on the judging the living and the dead section, particularly the dead part? If the dead are to be judged again, that would imply that there could be rearranging of one's place in the kingdom to come, whether up or down the ladder. Am I reading too much into this? And is there a better way of picturing this? Well, I mean, these things are difficult to talk about, and sometimes you get into serious trouble talking about them. And so I don't want to get into this. The way that I like to explain it and the way that I like to describe it is my own. And so take it for what it is, a theologumenon, that is a theological opinion as I ponder the mysteries of reality. The way that I understand it is you have to see the end. A good way to understand it would be to understand to a certain extent how your end coincides with the end. That is, that as you come to the end of you is the totality of your possibilities, which are consummated. That is, everything that was going to be you has run its course, and you've come to and you have the totality. I don't know if you see what I mean, but it's like I can say this is all you. There's no more coming. Like there's nothing left. There's nothing more coming of you in a kind of manifestation, and that is the end. And so if you can understand it in a way that end is the same for everything, that is, everything has an end. Every identity has an end. Every person, every city, every country, everything has an end. And as you come to that end coincides with the eschaton. And some people are going to be angry that I describe it that way. Whatever. This is the way that I'm capable of making it make sense in my mind. That is, all these ends, they coincide with what we call the eschaton, which is the return of the Logos to judge everything. And you can understand it like this, that while something has body, that is while you have body, the Logos acts as your guide, acts as, and also has a kind of, it's a call. It's a call to come towards the Logos. And so there's a kind of grace. There's a kind of compassion. So Christ appears to you as saying, come, wanting you to come towards him to the extent that you can. But then once you're finished, once you've come to the end of something, then that identity, that Logos, becomes your judge. So you can think about it. You can think about it in any way. You can think about it as a play or a movie. It's like as you're watching the movie, let's say, during the whole movie, you leave open your judgment, right? Unless it's really horrible, then you maybe start judging before the end. But usually, what you try to do is you try to leave your judgment open because you haven't gotten the whole story. And so a good example of a movie is like a movie like The Sixth Sense, where if you stopped in the middle of the movie and you judged it, you would get it wrong. No, you have to leave yourself open and kind of engage with the movie until it ends. But once it ends, then the Logos of the story becomes a judge. Then the Logos now judges. And there's a judge, let's say the Logos of movies judges that movie because it now acts as a standard that you have or have not reached. While you're climbing the ladder, it's not yet a judge. It's only at the end that it acts as a judge because now everything is done and the standard appears as that which you haven't reached or shows you the extent to which you've reached that standard. So I hope that makes sense. That's the way that I understand it. I hope this is helpful. If not, sorry. But there are plenty of places where you can find the kind of more traditional description, which is usually described more narratively. And I have no problem with the more narrative description of the life after death, and either the toll houses or purgatory, or this kind of playing out in the afterlife of the consequences of your life, moving all the way towards the last judgment, which is the place where everything is evaluated. All right, so I hope that helps.